Today I'm showing you how to start the collage portrait project that we're doing on Photoshop. So I started out with a solid background color and I had an image of myself in my jacket that I really wanted to use, so I have that as well. And so as I start playing this, you will see that I have this file and I also have a second file, and this has a lot of my patterns and I almost said techniques, but I meant textures on it. And here you can see that I selected a image and then I used the select and mask tool. I got it from the select bar right up at the top, and here I am using the third selection down on the left, the one with the brush and a filled in circle. And I am just selecting a form from that image that I used as a galaxy, and I'm making a form that will basically represent my head. And I'm filling it in because everything that I fill in will end up being copied to my final. So as I do this, make sure that you have all the areas filled in, and then you can press OK. And so next, I copied it and I brought it to my final file, and I not copied it, I pasted it this time. And so now I just played around with making different sizes, seeing how I liked it. You can play around with the perspectives, the angles. And so what I do next is, after I move it around a little bit more, I went back to my other file with all my textures, and I chose another pattern that I wanted to work on next. Make sure that you have that layer selected. And what I did right here was I started to use the select and mask tool, but then I realized that I could do something else that would be a lot easier. So I copied and pasted it over to my final. And what I did was arrange it where I wanted that texture to be on my portrait. And then here is when I started to use the select and mask tool, because as you could see in now and before, it makes it transparent. So now you can select where you want, exactly how you want it, without having to kind of guess like you would have had to before. So here I'm just making a selection of a form so that way I can kind of make a shirt. You can use different size brushes, so that way you can get in all the nooks and crannies. Press OK, and then here you would copy it, paste it, and then you can hide the original layer. Now you can move your selected images that you made with the select and mask tool. And then what I did again was I brought the original texture and I just moved it because I wanted to use it again, but as leaves. So throughout this whole process, it's a lot of repetition. You'll be using the select and mask tool to make your shapes, make your little cutouts. And you can use a whole bunch of different textures, different patterns. And you'll see eventually that I created a self-portrait.